So I'm going to give you the opportunity to now apologise for saying that it was a fake, because clearly you were wrong.
Are you kidding? Come on, Piers. You know me better than that. I'm in your Epstein file.
What Epstein file?
Well, you're in it, obviously, because you're not a loser.
Unless you've got evidence for any of that, I'm not going to just allow you to spew any cock and bull conspiracy theory that has come to your mind. Do you know what, Victoria? With the greatest of respect, I think you talk utter shit.
All right.
You're about to see one of the most bizarre defenses of the global elite ever captured on camera. Lady Victoria Hervey doesn't just dodge the Prince Andrew questions. She tries to normalize the entire Epstein social circle as a mover and shaker club. Watch as Piers Morgan loses his patience with this elite tier gaslighting.
Confidant of the former Prince Andrew, Lady Victoria Hervey. Lady Victoria Hervey, let me start with you, because last time you were on Uncensored, we discussed the infamous picture of Andrew Mountbatten Windsor and Virginia Giuffre, and you said this.
Andrew has never carried a wallet in his life. He's got a wallet in his back pocket. There's many pictures of Jeffrey Epstein with the same trousers. Jeffrey did carry a big wallet in his back pocket.
So you're saying the picture was faked?
There's nothing real about this image, Piers.
Well, what is the motive?
Because I want this guy to stay alive.
But what is the motive
in this case?
What is the motive of the person who, in your view, falsified this photograph?
Oh, well, they were taking down the royal family, weren't they?
Well, who were?
Maybe Israel. Who knows?
So we now know from the document dump last Friday that Ghislaine Maxwell sent an email to Epstein, said in 2001, I was in London when Virginia Giuffre met a number of friends of mine, including Prince Andrew. A photograph was taken, as I imagined she wanted to show it to friends and family. That is clear confirmation that Ghislaine Maxwell, who's in that picture, knew that picture had been taken and it was genuine. So I'm going to give you the opportunity to now apologise for saying that it was a fake, because clearly you were wrong.
Are you kidding? Come on, Piers. You know me better than that. So I spoke to Ghislaine Maxwell's lawyer about that. It was a draft statement that had actually been written by a PR person. It was not ever approved by Ghislaine, hence it was never used for anything, and it just sat there as a draft, and it ended up, look, everything ended up in the Epstein files, all right? Like, I'm even in your file.
You're in what, sorry?
I'm in your Epstein file.
What Epstein file?
Well, you're in it, obviously, because you're not a loser.
Well, we're going to come to that ridiculous statement in a moment, but what are you referring to?
I'm referring to you being in the Epstein files, of course.
For what?
Just, you know, being at a drinks party, possibly with Ghislaine, just talking about you. You must have read it, surely.
Yeah, that's not in the files.
It is in the files.
No, that was from her deposition
no, it's
months
not.
ago.
I promise you.
No, it's not in. It's not in the files.
I saw it in the file. I've read your whole file.
You can literally search all 3 million documents in people's names. I'm not in it. The picture you're talking about, the picture.
You're in the Epstein files.
Do it after the show. Do it after the show. The only connection I've ever had to either of them, as I've said many times, is I met Ghislaine Maxwell for 5 minutes at a book launch in New York. She was then asked about that in her lengthy testimony, and she said under oath that that was the only time she ever met me. I never met Epstein or anything else.
But just Google yourself in that government website. You come up quite a lot.
No, you're talking about other people talking about me. We're talking about the Epstein file dump that came on Friday.
But exactly. So you've come to my very point when I said if you're not mentioned, you're a loser, because people that are mentioned in it might not have even had affiliation with Jeffrey Epstein. They might never have met him. But the fact is they were mentioned possibly in an email that was sent to him. Hence, they ended up in the Epstein files. Do you get it now?
well, not, I don't quite get the point you're making, but in relation to being a loser if you're not in them, do you understand how crass and stupid that looks to people when you say that?
It basically was meant as if you are a mover, if you were like a mover and a shaker in the like high echelons of society internationally, you were in those files. Hence, everybody from Ben Affleck to Matt Damon to Elton John to Meryl Streep, everybody is in those files.
And there it is, the ultimate deflection. Piers brings the receipts, proving the Prince Andrew photo is real, but Lady Victoria isn't interested in the truth. When backed into a corner, she resorts to the oldest trick in the book. You're in the files too. Even when Piers clarifies that his mention was from a deposition about a public party, not the files themselves, she doubles down. This is what it looks like when a narrative collapses in real time. She's not just defending a royal. She's trying to drag everyone else into the mud with her. But I want to know your take. Is this a pivot or a total logic failure? Drop a comment below.
You've been very steadfast in your support of Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, but given what you've now
That's quite a long name, isn't
been
it?
reading, well, you know, he had all his titles stripped
he's
quite
st- but
rightly.
he's
But
still got
given
his
what
name,
you've now,
Yeah.
right, but given what you've now seen about what he was up to,
So let me just
not
give you an
least-
update. Let me just give you an update. So as of within the last 24 hours, the FBI did a statement and they said, with all the information that they have seen, all the millions of files, everything, they have come to a conclusion that this was not a sex trafficking ring.
Where's
So
that statement?
Let that sink in. It's all over. I sent the link to your producers this morning. So
No, no one's been able to find that statement. So you're talking about a statement. Nobody has seen this statement.
The FBI has said, and I will send it to your people afterwards, that it was not. So exactly what I told you in 2019. I said, Piers, these girls were not trafficked. And that word was too strong a word. Anyway, the FBI have recently said this in the last 24 hours. It was not a sex trafficking operation. Yes.
Well, let me bring Spencer Cooven. Let me bring Spencer Cooven back on that,
I
because you'll
promise
know
you,
better than anybody.
it's out there, and I will.
Spencer
and I
Cooven,
will send
apparently,
it to him.
none of this involves sex trafficking. Spencer Cooven.
There might have been girls that were abused. That is not the wording, but it was not a. It was not a
Thank you
sex
for
trafficking
acknowledging
ring.
that, Ms. Harvey.
So
Yeah.
I just want to. I just want to get the right information out there because there's a lot of disinformation.
Well, yeah, and most of it appears to be coming out of your mouth. I think at the end of the day, what we need to remember,
You're making money from this.
we have nearly hundreds of young girls under the age of 18 that were sexually abused and trafficked
because you are making
by
money
Jeffrey
from
Epstein,
this.
by Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell. Don't forget that we have one woman
Are
who's
you
sitting in
working for
jail,
free?
convicted.
How much money did you make from this?
Convicted of sex trafficking.
See.
And at the end of the day, I think the problem we have is that we're giving voice to people like Miss Harvey.
I'm not Miss Harvey, I'm Lady Victoria, actually.
Oh, okay, Miss Harvey. For 20 years, people have been fighting. These young girls have been fighting to be heard, fighting to make sure the world knows what happened to them.
So how much money have you made from this?
And finally, the U.S. government is starting to release the documents that verify what these girls have been saying all along.
The FBI just verified it's not a sex trafficking ring. Okay?
Okay. Is this the same FBI that apparently is hiding additional documents and deleting names that are in those documents?
I don't know,
the same
but that's,
FBI
that's
what's
what's happening. So
yeah,
it's out there. Even
don't...
ABC News, which is, not always the most reliable.
Victoria, here's what I just find completely baffling. That even with this unbelievable document
they also spoke about Virginia.
Hang on, let me finish.
Virginia lied.
Let me finish, please.
Huge.
Let me finish, please.
Yeah.
Let me finish. Even notwithstanding a 3 million document dump of files, which reveal the most horrific stuff going on with Epstein, with Ghislaine Maxwell, with others, you still just want to pretend there's nothing to see here. Why?
I'm not pretending there's nothing to see here. I'm just stating what the FBI have come to the conclusion it was not a sex trafficking ring.
Well, nobody's seen that.
Which means Ghislaine is in jail for not trafficking to anybody. So she should be released right away.
She was found guilty.
But there were no clients. There
She's
was no
serving
client list, Piers. You're not understanding it. I like you a
You're
lot.
not understanding she was convicted and sent to prison.
I know, it's very frustrating for
doesn't get
people
it.
like you because it's just like the media has built it up into this huge thing. Yes, obviously, Jeffrey Epstein was a spy. Like, that is true. Like, he was working for various different intelligences. We know that. But the fact is, he was not lending out the girls to his friends.
He was.
Really?
We know that he was.
Everybody
We've
knows
seen
he
And
was.
sir,
We've
I
seen it
don't
in
know
the
what your name
documents.
is, the lawyer, but you obviously made a lot of money from this. Can you tell us what you made from this?
Can you tell us what you've done with Mr. Andrew? Can you tell us about your relationship with him and what he's told you?
I haven't seen
Why
him in
don't you
many
talk to us
years.
about what he's admitted to you?
I'm defending him because I know he is not guilty.
And you know this because he told you
how do
this
you know
and he
that?
talked to you about it?
I know. I've been very good so far. I was right about COVID. I was right about the vaccines. I was right about BLM. I'm right about this.
Notice how Lady Victoria used the follow the money tactic against the attorney, repeatedly asking how much he's made from the case to discredit him. But the biggest truth bomb or logic trap here is her claim about the FBI's conclusion. She's essentially arguing that if there's no trafficking ring, the conviction of Ghislaine Maxwell starts to look like a narrative without a foundation. Piers tries to pin her down on the 3 million documents, but she pivots back to her track record on everything from COVID to the vaccines to claim she has the inside track on the truth.
I'm afraid Victoria
I've just thought of something else I would just like to put out there because, being in my position, I have been in a position where I have been able to be vocal, and that means that I've had a lot of people reaching out to me with information. A couple of months ago, I had a British girl reach out to me, and she said that her and her friend met Jeffrey Epstein in Virginia the weekend of March 10th, 2001, at the Dorchester Hotel. Virginia lured them to Jeffrey's hotel. She made the girls lie and say that they were 18 years old. One was 13, one was 14. They actually signed NDAs with Virginia, and David Boies paid them off. Now, they're too scared to come out.
Well, unless you've got evidence for any of that, I'm not going to just allow you to spew any cock and bull conspiracy theory that has come to your mind.
Once David Boies, it might take to the point where he passes away, and then I feel like the floodgates will open, and all these
you know what?
people,
David Boies might well sue you. David Boies might well sue you over what you've just said.
Well,
it's a
these
very
girls
serious
are
defamation.
in touch with the Metropolitan Police. So what I want to tell you is I'm very much in touch with the police, literally on WhatsApp, and they know a lot of information that you guys are not privy to. But
do you know what, Victoria? With the greatest respect, I think you talk utter shit.
all right.
And I'm sorry. I've known you a long time. I think you've disappeared down a conspiracy rabbit hole that is frankly repulsive.
I've always been right about my conspiracies. You were wrong about COVID and you were wrong about the vaccine.
You don't give a damn about these girls. You don't give a damn about these victims. You think it's fine to smear all of them. You admit it. You proudly admit it. And I think it's shameful.
Why would I feel sorry for people that are liars?
We now know from these documents just how disgusting this scandal is, and yet still you come on shows like this and you're still in total denial for reasons that completely baffle me.
Can we talk about the quality of girls? So Anushka DeGiorgio as an example. You know what she did? Like, this is the caliber of person we're talking about. Anushka DeGiorgio...
Actually, I'm not going to let you smear them. I'm sorry. I'm not.
She was the girl that set up Tom Parker
No, I'm not going to
Bowles.
let you do it.
No,
sorry,
she
cut
did
it,
it.
Mike.
She did
I'm
that
not going to let you do
story.
it. I'm not letting you do it. I'm not letting you smear these victims anymore. I'm just not going to let you do it. Just cut her off. Ollie Dugmore, this is an extraordinary scandal.
Notice how Piers Morgan didn't even try to debate the points anymore. He went straight to cutting her microphone off. Lady Victoria tried to claim she has a direct line to the police via WhatsApp, but for Piers, this was the final straw. By accusing David Boies of paying off victims to stay quiet, she crossed a legal line that Piers clearly wasn't willing to follow her down. He frames her as someone who has disappeared down a rabbit hole. while she maintains she's been right about everything from the vaccines to the Epstein files. Hope you enjoyed watching the video as much as we enjoyed making it. Don't forget to like our video and subscribe for more of these breakdowns, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.